Hello, my name is Bree McCarroll. I'm the founder and principal therapist of New England Hold Me Tight. This is the second of a four-part series on the biology behind our relationships. This series is based on research in human development, and more specifically, it's based on the work of Dr. Sue Johnson. Dr. Sue Johnson is the originator of emotionally focused therapy. She also is the author of Hold Me Tight. That is a fantastic book, and it is actually the basis of my Hold Me Tight workshops for couples based on her protocol that she developed. And I strongly encourage that if this video is interesting and you want to get a little bit more in depth, definitely check out the book. It's worth your while. So, quick review on what I presented in my first video. In that first video, I really gave just basic framework as far as how just biologically we are attached as social beings. We are hardwired just internally that we need to be connected. And so when we are connected with someone, whether it be a secure attachment or even at that moment, we just have that connection, our brain says, oh, this is safe, and we feel okay. And likewise, when we are not connected, and definitely when we don't have an attachment, the brain says, yikes, danger, 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 this is not okay. And with that, I also gave a little bit more information regarding the four components that are necessary for an attachment. And lastly, I spoke about how definitely we think of attachment as we think about parents and children, and again, caregivers and infants. I'm using those words interchangeably. We think about that as attachment. We get that. That's been around for a long time. But that research has shown that that kind of attachment that happens in that dynamic is very similar to what happens between two adults in a love relationship. So that is why I'm going to keep talking about secure attachment, because I'm also talking about love relationship. I'm talking about your relationship with your partner. Okay? Perfect. So today I want to talk a little bit more about, of course, secure attachment, but I'm going to be talking about the signs that we can be looking for to help us know, how are we doing in our relationship? Is this a secure attachment? Is this like a secure love relationship? And some signs that we might see when it is not so secure. So kind of like the good news and the bad news. So I'm going to continue to use that paradigm of the parent and the child and parallel that with us as two adults, because it makes sense. And it's something that we can kind of wrap our brain around. So, as far as with a parent and a child relationship, if there's a secure attachment, what we can expect to see, first of all, is we can expect to see what we call a safe haven. This child feels safe, and in that safety, they feel comfortable to leave their caregiver and explore and learn and do what they have to do, like kids, because they know, gosh, when I come back, that caregiver is still going to be there. They feel really secure about that. So they're off and able to explore and learn and do their thing because they know they can come back. The second thing that we're going to see is we're going to see that that child has a positive sense of themselves. You know, they've been looking at this big grown-up being, and they keep seeing this smile and these positive responses, and they keep hearing this positive, even this positive vocal tone, even if they can't quite interpret the words. And that child is actually internalizing and thinking, I keep getting all these positive signals towards me. I must be pretty okay. Now, they're not thinking that literally, of course not, but they're internalizing those messages, and that helps them feel better about themselves. And so then as they are able to start verbalizing, you're going to hear them even say, good job, or I'm good, or you're going to hear them saying things, and you're certainly going to see their positive affect. You're going to see that they're feeling pretty good about themselves. It's obvious even if they don't have the language. The third thing that you're going to be seeing when there is a secure attachment is you're going to be seeing just general good health. They're going to be showing just they're hitting their milestones as they should be overall appropriately. You're going to be seeing that they are growing well, and you're going to see that just mentally they are learning, they're inquisitive, they're curious, and they're not having to use their mental resources to do other things. Their mental resources are focused on them just developing and growing, like what we want to see in our kids. I want to say really quickly, if your child is not hitting their milestones, or if maybe they have some mental health issues, it doesn't mean, yikes, there's not a secure attachment. It doesn't mean that. I'm just saying that when you look at these 3 different components, that's what helps you. And if the child is kind of striking on all 3 of those, that helps you know, oof, something is happening where maybe that attachment is not so secure. Okay? I just want to make sure we're clear on that. So, in our love relationships, what can we expect to look for when we have a secure love relationship, when we're doing well? And again, we're looking at all 3 components, not just one, so don't panic if you kind of are dinged on one of them, okay? So what we also are looking for is basically the adult version of a safe haven. We are wanting to see that either partner, both partners, are able to kind of stretch and do things out on their own because they know they have the safety, they have that backup of their partner. So they're able to strike out on their own, maybe applying for a job that's kind of challenging. Maybe they're able to have a hard conversation with a sibling. Maybe they're even able to say, yikes, I'm feeling really sad right now. And they're able to share that with you. And they're able to do that because they feel safe, because they know you have their back. When we have that sense of safety, we're able to be more vulnerable and to take those chances. Make sense? Yes. The second thing that we see in our relationships when we have a secure love relationship happening is we are able to see, again, that positive sense of self. If I can look at you as my partner and I see that you adore me and I see that you love me and you are giving me these positive compliments and these reassurances that I'm wanted and cherished and loved and all that good jazz, you can bet I'm going to be feeling pretty good about myself. So in our love relationships, we see that positive sense of self shown in that we have more self-confidence. We have, we're able to kind of say good things about ourselves. We're able to kind of feel good about our appearance. We see that. The third thing that we see in our love relationships when they are doing well and they are strong is we also see general good health. And we see that research, this is pretty amazing. Research has shown that when we are in a secure relationship and we are undergoing like a treatment where there might be some pain or some discomfort, if our partner is physically there with us, we actually have a higher pain tolerance. We have less sensations with that pain. So we actually are more resilient physically when we are in a secure love relationship. Pretty amazing. And also mentally, we have more resilience. We have more kind of ability to have our resources used in ways that help us learn, that help us feel better about ourselves and help us be moving ourselves just positive in a really healthy way because we're feeling good and we're not having to use our mental resources. Otherwise, again, our brain is saying, oh, I'm safe. So it can just do its thing, right? Yes. So that's the good news. When a parent and child is not having such a secure relationship, when things have happened, it could be for a variety of reasons that there's not such a secure relationship. But when that is occurring, what you're going to see, again, we're looking for components in all 3 areas. So don't panic if there's something going on in the one. But what we're going to see is, first of all, we're going to see that there's some difficulty in disengaging. And that can take a couple different forms. We're going to see either you have the Velcro child, the child that's like, no, don't go. And is hugging on so hard to that parent's leg because they're afraid, if I let you go, what's going to happen? I might not see you again. They're scared. Their brain is saying, danger, danger, danger. So they're holding on really tight. So we're going to see that possibly. Or we're going to see the other extreme where the child is so disinterested that the parent can leave and the child does not visibly show a response, that they just have so much lost connection that they're not even reacting when there is that separation. So that's one thing that is a sign that, that secure attachment is maybe not so secure. Another thing we're going to see is we're actually going to see a negative sense of self. And that manifests itself in a child where maybe, certainly as they are able to verbalize, you're going to hear them saying, gosh, I don't like myself, I'm not good. You're going to hear them say some kind of self-deprecating statements. They may be replicating what they've heard already from a caregiver or a parent around them. But remember, they are internalizing what that parent or what that caregiver is giving them. And it's hanging out inside. It's being internalized. And then once they're able to verbalize, they are going to be verbalizing that negative stuff. Okay? But you're also going to see that negative sense coming out as far as just, you're going to see the child who's a little bit more just how they're even carrying themselves. You're going to see a lot more acting out behaviors or more agitated behaviors. You're going to see the child who just is not looking so happy. And that connects with the third part as far as just their overall health. When a child is in a relationship and it's not so secure, that attachment is not so strong, their health is impacted. Definitely they are impacted as far as their ability to just hit the milestones like normally. You're going to see their growth is delayed somewhat, and certainly also like their speech and language development can be impacted. You're also going to see that they may have signs of anxiety and signs of depression. This is manifested in, again, acting out behaviors. You also can see that in bedwetting or in difficulty in their toileting behaviors. That's a lot of times how it manifests with little kids. And so, again, those are signs that that relationship is not so secure. Between two adults in a love relationship, when our relationship is not so secure, what can you expect to see? Again, if we are not feeling so safe, you're going to see things happening when we are also disengaging from our partners. You may see that we also get a little clingy, where maybe we're checking up on our partner, we're doing that iPhone, where's your partner thing. We may be texting and reaching out, hey, where are you? Hey, what's going on? We may be more reactive when we're not hearing from our partner. We may be more reactive when we're getting signs from our partner that things are not okay. Like if we get even expression from our partner, we may be more reactive. Our partner may say something and we may, again, be reactive more because we are not secure. We're not so sure that we're safe. So our brain is looking for all these signs saying, oh my goodness, are we okay or are we not? That is happening. Why? Because we are biologically wired for attachment. That's what it is all about. Sorry for my weird speaking right now, but that's what it's about. So that is happening. Another thing that we're seeing in our relationships between two adults is also that negative sense of self. Because if we are not feeling good about ourselves in this relationship, it's going to show. We're going to start having those thoughts about ourselves that, gosh, maybe I'm not a good partner. Maybe I'm not lovable. Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe there's something wrong with me. Maybe I'm a failure. We're going to have these thoughts coming up. And with that, then we're not going to be feeling so good about ourselves. Our self-esteem is still going to start going down. We're not going to be maybe so pleased with our appearance. We might not be taking care of ourselves so well because we're like, my partner doesn't care about me anyway, so what does it matter? Like, I don't feel good about myself, okay? And that is also going to also naturally relate to our health. Understandably, that when we are not in a secure relationship and we're not feeling good about ourselves, we generally are going to start to have some depression or some anxiety. We are going to start to have physical symptoms. Maybe we are going to be having difficulty sleeping. We might have either an increase in our appetite or a decrease in our appetite. We might become worried a lot more. We might start losing weight. It just starts manifesting just physically in how we are. You can even see the stress. When people are not doing well in their relationships, it shows. You see it just physically right on them. Because again, we are biologically wired for this attachment. We need to have people in our lives. Our brain is saying that I need this person. So if that relationship is not doing well, the brain is saying, yikes, danger, danger, danger. And it's going to react. Okay? I'm hoping this is making sense to you. I know I'm really highlighting and underlining that biological attachment because that is what this is all about. Okay? Okay, so that is it for today's video. I do want you to know that the next video, my third video, is honestly my favorite one. In this one, It's going to really help you make sense as far as about what you're doing and what you're saying exactly when you are disconnected in your relationship, when you're with your partner and something's not going right, and what you start saying and what you start doing. It's going to really make sense and really help you put the pieces of this puzzle together. So I'm excited about it, and I'm hoping that you will stay tuned to watch that third video. I do want to say, in general, I'm hoping that you are finding these videos helpful, and I encourage that if you are, please share them with others. This is free information, and this is all about our relationships and connecting. And again, the more people that are connected, it makes the world a better and healthier place. So if you do Facebook at all, please press that share button right at the bottom. It's like that blue button, and that just spreads it out to other people. It's easy to do. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. And also, I welcome you to contact me if you think that I might possibly be helpful in your relationship. Again, I do couples workshops, and I also do intensive retreats for couples. They're retreats, and they're basically called marriage intensives at this point. I keep changing the word depending on when I feel like calling them. But go ahead and reach out to me and see if I can be helpful in that way. My website is www.newenglandholdmetight.com. I love doing these, and I hope they're helpful for you. So definitely reach out if you have any questions or comments, and I look forward to seeing you on that third video. Take care. Bye-bye.